Gentleman from Massachusetts reserves. The gentleman from New York is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, let's set the record straight. There's a lot to unpack there and a lot of talk about playing games. But what my colleagues on the other side of the aisle refuse to admit is how, during the COVID-19 pandemic, they had intentionally passed premium tax credits with a sunset, allowing them to expire, and in the process playing politics with the health care of millions of Americans. And if Democrats truly supported these credits, as they claim they now do, in being made permanent, they would have made them permanent when they controlled both chambers of Congress and the White House. It would have been suggested by President Biden when he was in the White House that that should have been a priority of the Congress. They refused to do so. They never brought that up. Mr. Speaker, this is a pattern with Democrats. They would rather use working families for their political means and ends than genuinely work to make their lives better. And the American people see that for what it is. You're hearing the sky is falling, everyone's going to lose their health care if this is not attached to a CR at this moment. Yes, we do have the majority, and I'm confident we'll pass a CR in the House. But you know darn well that in the Senate, that Leader Schumer will hold the majority hostage, using the filibuster to force us into a shutdown, just like they threatened to do in March. I mean, that's the tactic that's being played. You hear all these expectations being set by the other side, knowing that they have a trapdoor, and they intend to try to leverage the American people to get more of their political will accomplished. Republicans already voted to deliver lower premiums for patients by passing H.R. 1, which targeted waste, fraud, and abuse across the ACA marketplace. Democrats unanimously opposed this bill, showing once again they're not serious about solving affordability problems for everyday Americans, just like they're not serious about trying to keep the government open. If they were, they would have supported these common sense policies, and instead they would rather play politics. Mr. Speaker, what we are actually debating today are common sense measures in this rule to strengthen American energy policy, to keep violent crime off our streets here in our capital cities, and these bills are about lowering costs for working families, keeping our communities safe, and restoring accountability. We're getting the job done with or without their support, and I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman reserves. The gentleman from Massachusetts is recognized.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, I'm confused by what the gentleman said. I don't know whether he supports the ACA tax credits or not. If he doesn't, then 6,000 of his constituents will be adversely impacted. If he does, then we should just, fix it right now. And by the way, Republicans all opposed the ACA when it came up, so I don't want to hear that garbage. And don't blame the Senate. Donald Trump has just said, to the Republicans over in the Senate, do it on your own. And I think what he's referring to is just last week, Republicans nuked the filibuster when it comes to nominations. So you control the House, you control the Senate, and you control the White House. And basically what you are telling us is that you don't give a damn about working families in this country. And that's what's at stake here.